And my man Philip Farmer he was feeling some kind of way because he was the best. He's like Joe's had the best receivers, and he was wanted to show that he was one of the best receivers
He
in the
did that.
state.
Let me take that. Let me go one step further. He was the best player on the field that day. Look, getting in the inbox and speaking to some guys from over there. That kid is under recruited. If you in a FCS level and you missing out on him, you missing out because he got wheels too. He's fast.
Yeah, he was fast.
He can run, and he embarrassed St. Joe's.
Keep it a buck. We here in the studio.
A lot of these offers don't be that real, so it's not committable.
That feel like when everybody's getting their turn and it's not yours. What they call you? The Godfather, New Jersey.
Powerful man. I ain't gonna brag, but that's what they said. I ain't say that.
We back.
Oh, we back.
Yeah, it's getting cut down. It's playoffs in the Publix. We had some teams went packing, some teams are celebrating. The parochials into the playoffs starting this week. So this is when things get serious. All the summertime chattering is officially over. The how we coming talk is officially over because you're here now. So let's see what we have, man.
Yeah.
Hold on, before you even get into that, shout out to Coach Monge at Glenridge, man. You made history. They upset the number 2 seed?
Yeah, whoa.
Number 2 seed. We talking about
They was down 29.
What?
They were down 29. They had the will to win.
Yeah, and that's the first black head coach over there, so he's doing big things, man. After coming from a position coach in the parochials, couldn't get an opportunity to even be a coordinator. He done went over there and made history. Shout out to Coach Monge and Glenridge.
Yeah, salute. You're on the chopping block this week.
Oh, yeah. Now y'all on the menu because y'all got Shabazz, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, before I got into I wanted to just start the show off with a big happy birthday to my guy, Alif Muhammad. He's behind a lot of these guys that's in the NBA, NFL. A lot of kids got to come see him. He helped kids out with their grades, tutoring, a lot of different things. He has his own school called the NIA School. So I just want to send a big shout out to you, OG.
So the NIA school, that's a situation where if kids are trying to graduate early and need to make up credits or get extra credits, like a summer school type of program where it's certified, and these kids can get the extra credit to exit out in December to go on
early
to college. That's much needed. Much needed.
And it's in the hood too, so man, and he getting it done for a lot of these kids that's that don't have the means to do it or don't know about that type of stuff. So he makes it happen for a lot of our kids. So salute to you, big dog. But definitely Shabazz is up next with Coach Monge and the Glenridge guys.
Let's get to how Shabazz got there because that was interesting. And I'm gonna keep it real.
No. Call your man up. See the road coach. Call in. More transfers. Call him.
Yeah, because he said.
I thought you was gonna get us a contact.
I knew I wasn't gonna get his number.
Call in so we can know what happened.
Nah, he don't want to call it down. I thought he was going to get you the way it started out. Like, it was live over there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sputtered out the gate a little. They came out and they went right down the field.
Kicked the field goal, came right back again.
But the way they got down the field on y'all, it was like a hot knife through butter. I said, they about to collapse in the playoffs. I tuned in to Bosco. I tuned back, and it was like,
We those kids and the coaches, shout out to Nas Oliver. One thing I want to say about Nasir Oliver, this kid prepares and plans like no other. Just his preparation, getting the kids prepared. They seen it. Like once the kids started yelling, like, this is like practice. That's when I knew I had him. That's when we knew we had him because everything that was put in front of them, they seen before. So.
What score?
It don't even matter. I know we won.
Man.
Yeah, I know we won.
Bad?
And it was a downhill record show, man. Shout out to guys like we had a kid on our team. We got a kid on our team, number 53, Laquan Gaddy. Watching how he moved, big guy, 6'6", 6'5". He moved around, flying around, pancaking. It was like one time he took one of the kids. He was just driving him, staring him into the end zone. Naya Walker, another kid.
26.
He does it all. He's our wide receiver. Kid came in the backfield, played running back. The quarterback, Nasir Smith, the kid said something that was huge. He was like, in the beginning of the year, we were just filling each other out. Everybody's about themselves. Now I feel like we more than a team. We're a family. And you can see that right now. Because no one on that team has ever won a playoff game out of coach, has ever won a playoff game as a coach. Kid never won a playoff game as a player. And they did something together. So salute to them. On the ground, we had over 300, 370 rushing, right? Bashay Sanders, Jeffrey White, and the kid Ramir Johnson. Ramir Johnson is the kid Bushwick. Bushwick, it was his night. Number 19 kid just got real busy. You can see that they had that will not to lose.
Yeah, he was eating. He
Yeah.
was eating.
So shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to the defense. Caddy had our middle linebacker had a game, man. It's just an overall team effort. So we just looking, to see Glen Ridge next round. Shabazz is up, baby. It's gonna be tough to beat us. I'm telling you.
32-26 victory.
At their home, though. We was up at Cedar Grove. You know what I'm saying? Once that band come through, I heard the band. I'm like, oh, we in here. Let's go. Cheerleaders was on deck. But shout out to all the people that came to see us lose. They came to watch us lose. And, we flipped the switch on them. So let's just keep doing that, guys. Don't get complacent. And keep moving. All right, so up next, shout out to Union. Union won. It looked like they next round they're gonna have a game. I think they got. I don't know who they play, so I didn't put that down here. So maybe she could pull it up on us real quick. But Union had a big game too, and they pulled that off. Shout out
Union or Union?
No, Union.
Okay.
Farmers.
All right.
Union Farmers.
I got you.
So
The Union Farmers beat Ridgewood 35-30.
yeah, so they had a tough game to move on. I think they're gonna see Union City next, if I'm not mistaken. But
Quarterback from Ridgewood did his thing though, man. He went 8 of 12 to 200 for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns. A hell of a day. Running back, Ronell Romaine, he had a good day as well. He went 15 for 138 for 138 yards for that, and that was for the losing team. That was for Ridgewood. For Union, wow, that was
a big win for
a
Union.
big win.
Union plays Passaic Tech.
Oh, no,
Oh, Passaic County,
sorry.
that's what it was. Passaic County, PCT.
No, the Relics.
CCTI.
I know Union City playing somebody. I'm not sure. I think it's West Orange.
Not bad.
Yes,
Those,
West Orange.
those stats I just gave was for. I'm sorry, that was for Union with the with King 8 of 12 for 244. The boy Derella stretched. He ran the ball 2 carries for 22 yards, but receiving. I mean, he's a DB. He's all over the field.
Yeah.
So he contributes in many different ways for them. Yeah. So we
Shout out to Columbia too, though. I mean, not Columbia. Montclair knocked off Columbia.
Yeah.
Well, Columbia is getting better though. Shout out to Columbia for real. It was down bad. They played Montclair tough. I think Montclair beat them like 19-7 or 20-7, something like that.
Montclair and Columbia.
Yeah, so it was a good game.
Montclair plays Watchung Hills next.
That's a good one. That's gonna be a good one. Shout out
Montclair
to
beat him 19-7.
19-7.
Shout out to Bubba Lewis.
Malachi letting it rip, man. First play was like a 60-70 yard bomb he threw. Still commanding that, leading his team. So big ups to Montclair. Irvington knocked off Middletown North.
Irvington's on a little roll, huh?
They don't playoff warriors right there. Shout out to Coach Tyson, Coach Smoke. Getting it done like that. I like that.
They said
So-
we here.
It's a new season.
So who they have next? They have Sayreville, right?
Let's see.
Who they have?
Roxbury?
Roxbury, yeah, that's what they got. That's exactly what they got.
All right. So Irvington is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-game winning streak.
Okay, Irvington, right? Turn it up.
Yeah, 6-4 overall.
Maybe they just had to
Get all their players and everybody.
Yeah, get everybody back.
So Hillside took a spill to Sparta, 27-28 at home.
Oh, heartbreaking.
And I had Hillside to win. I see my man Al Jameer had a touchdown pass. He was going off. Hopefully Salute to you, champ, man.
Absolutely.
Good luck with you in the future. But Hillside is going home.
He said, "But Hillside is
Yeah.
going home."
To shout out to PCTI,
Undefeated still.
and they bageled.
And
They
still
bageled them.
undefeated.
Bageled them 42 donut. You know what I'm saying? To Bayonne. Union City, they hot too, dog.
Who they play like?
Been hot
They
for
knocked
2
off.
years
They
now.
knocked off Hackensack 41-7. Knocked off Hackensack 41-7. Weekway, they won as well, 42-0.
Back to the Bagel Boys.
Back to the Bagel Boys.
I see a collision course coming.
It's looking like Thanksgiving could come sooner than y'all think.
That might be better because you said that Quan told you that might be a little dangerous on Thanksgiving Day.
Nah, sweet.
And I'm
They told
thinking
them that. My bad. I have to cut you off. My AD said, "Don't worry about it. They got a pass for you, all that type of stuff. You good."
sweet.
They just tell your man is loving it.
All right, so you
So
want
y'all
to chill?
straight, yeah. Y'all
Okay.
good. Just come, get your passage. Y'all good. West Orange knocked off Plainfield by a point. So West Orange still alive out here handling business, and that's what I have for the public. Unless you had something else, TT.
Nah, I thought it was for the public. There was a game that I caught a glimpse of, and that was the T-Neck versus East.
Oh, East Side.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, T-Neck pulled that out 16-14. Shout
At
out
the
to the
end.
guys over there. That's another
That was
story
at
like mine.
that was at Don Bosco.
Yes, those guys. You said Quan, they came
It was
over
at
from
Bosco.
Don Bosco.
That's like Nas Oliver at Prep. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? These
But-
guys going to these public schools and turning them
brought the
around.
beat back home. And shout out to Adriel Perez. He had 28 carries for 172 yards and 1 touchdown. He was boogieing on East Side. Shout out to that young man.
Yo, Eastside got a quarterback, man. This kid is out of this world. Number 8, Phenom, dog.
Yeah,
Beast.
well,
Yes.
great.
He's a sophomore. Sophomore. He's gonna be around for
And
a
they
long
got
time.
Lil
They got
Thomas.
Issa Thomas. They got a
yeah.
bunch of them kids down there, man. They got a bunch of them kids down there, man. That's doing their thing. They got a bunch of Brick City kids that's showing out down there. So I'm looking forward to them next year. They're gonna be tough to beat.
Okay. All right, so moving right along to non-public.
I'm talking about we got to make that mixtape. He said they're gonna be tough to beat. But before the show, you just got through telling me y'all coming for the privates.
I'm
Next
just saying.
year.
I'm saying they're gonna be tough to beat for
Other people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I thought you meant for y'all, because Nas already he done took it on. We on to the
No,
next
we run,
thing.
yeah. I'm waiting. No disrespect.
Ready to
I love
level
it.
up?
You disrespectful.
Level up time.
If you want to do something, line it up. Let me know. Let me know if it's real. You feel me?
Speaking of you want to do
We
something, line
play
it up.
anybody.
I mean, what do you think about a St. Peter's game? I'm hearing some whispers that they might want some smoke. Cause
St. Peter's Prep.
You be on here talking real
Hold
breezy.
on. What's St. Peter's Prep? Of Jersey City? 1 and 9 South?
North.
North? Hey, Little Hanson. LDH. Let me know if you really want to play. We'll play you. We'll
Anywhere,
play
any
you
place?
anywhere. And you know we'll play you.
Ooh,
We wanted to play this
so-
summer. We wanted to play this summer.
Don't be careful what you ask for, brother.
I want to play a real game, and I don't want to play week 0.
You said, and you don't.
Don't
I
wanna
don't
play?
want to play because that's everybody a little punk game. Like let's.
Well, no, that's when you get your out of league game.
No, I'm gonna play somebody else on week 0, and then I'll play you week 3 or something like that, so we could get it jumping.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense for you. To be honest with you,
That makes a whole lot of sense.
you might want to see them week 0, if you want to see them at all.
Give them some time. Give them time to get themselves together.
I want to see him later in the. I really want you to see me later in the year, so there ain't no excuse.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it is.
you heard it first
Don't
here.
ever don't.
Shabazz versus St.
Yeah,
Peter's Prep
Shabazz
next
versus
year?
St. Peter's Prep next year.
All right.
Sign the contract.
Let's do it.
All right. So moving right along. You want to start with Bergen and PC? I mean, that was the Friday night. I mean, we could go run through that
Yeah,
real
no,
quick.
that game was real. And let's talk about it. That
Okay.
game was real interesting. Bergen PC game. I mean, in the sense of score, it didn't seem that interesting. What what you have?
Okay, so I have 14-13. And so what I wanted, and Bergen won. College scores, Quincy scores, Mujahid scores, Kenyon Massey scores, Kaj scores again, Quincy scores, and then Gabe Miles scores for PC.
Oh, Gabe Miles played? All right.
That's my guy right there. He good.
Wow.
Let me just keep him.
All right. Yeah. So what I found interesting about that game, it's such a lopsided game. Bergen Catholic blew them out, right? But if you look at like the stats within the games, remember I talk about these numbers. This ain't me. This is what the numbers be saying, right? Bergen Catholic total offense was 273 yards. Guess what Paramus Catholic's total offense was?
What?
270. Bergen Catholic passing yards was 151. Guess what Paramus Catholic passing yards was? 146. Bergen Catholic rushing yards was 122. Paramus Catholic 124. How do you get blown out by 30 points with all things equal like that? Like what?
It must have been a bunch of turnovers. Had to be. Had to be.
I thought that was interesting. But even within that game, Kyle Sanders, went for 3 touchdowns. Dante Kane led all rushers with 73 yards on 11
Shout out to
carries.
Dante Kane, man. That kid is making a name for himself. That's a new Ryan Butler.
Yeah, blue collar, real blue collar. Quincy Porter did what he does.
5 carries, 114.
And glad we get to go around the league because everybody get to get something to see what this kid does. He had 5 receptions for 114 yards and 2 TDs. And what made it special is he's a 6'4" kid, so you expect them possessions, right? He's to be a possession receiver. He taking little dumps across the middle, cutting back, making a man miss, and taking off for 60 yards. And at his height, that's very
smooth.
appealing.
Dog is
very
smooth,
appealing.
dog.
So Bergen Catholic goes and they rest up to get well and meet whoever can make it to MetLife. They sitting up there. They got their cot already. They put them red tents up over. They got the fried turkey going.
They got their tailgate ready.
Tailgate ready. They at MetLife waiting to see who's gonna show up.
Well, it's quarter over there set up already.
Yeah, Quan's quarter. Go get your fresh whiting. You know what I'm saying? Fried fish and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it be jumping in Quan's corner, but he gotta watch it, man, because they be getting real nice over there. Then he called me talking crap to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, ease up off me, man. I just read these stats, yo. Shout out to Bergen. Shout out to Quan's Corner. Shout out to a whole Crusader crazies and everybody. Can I get some sideline passes? From that life? Move ahead,
All right, so moving right along. Where y'all want to go? You want to go to Paul Bosco?
This your show.
Or you want to
This
go
your
to
show.
Seton Hall Prep, St. Peter's Prep?
Take us where you want to go.
Let's go to Paul Bosco. That's where I want to go.
Hey, yo, man. Shout out to Nolan, man. Shout out to you, Nolan. I'm going to be 100. You're a savage, dog. For him to come back wearing the Bosco towel, that was...
He wore a Bosco towel? I was watching the game, and it was something that stood out, but I didn't quite see that. Are you kidding me?
Dog. I mean, just after the losses y'all been taking, for you to come back still with that kind of confidence,
Yeah.
man, that takes a lot. And to be a kid like that, and
He went and he
shout out to my man. I seen she.
Oh, you did?
She had he had the picture with the dreads, and he was looking in the camera like this. He just left it like that to let y'all know,
What are you talking about?
I guess when they beat Bosco.
Oh, post. Like,
What happened?
post.
What happened?
He
He just
posted
put a picture it was hard. He had
Because
to.
Nolan ain't the only one from Bosco. She is from Bosco too.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, Nolan James had 19 carries for
119 yards. So, I mean, Bobby Mays had, going on the Bosco side, Bobby Mays had 7 receptions for 116 yards.
What the running back do at Bosco?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking. 14 carries for 47 yards.
Is that the engine?
But here's the thing that was interesting about that game. So Bosco, the ball jumps out. Bosco comes back and goes up by 2 scores. Ball game look over. I'm looking at the body language. It looks like it's a wrap. And the quarterback scrambles, finds Dez for 60-yard touchdown. At this point, they're down 1 score now. But it's not a lot of time. 4th quarter, Bosco got the ball. Sisler drops back. Pick 6. DePaul takes it, scores. They get a penalty on the extra point. They get moved back like 20 yards and they get the 2-point conversion. No, that puts them up by 1 point. That's the 1 point that wins the game. Hold on. So now they up by 1. They stop Bosco. Bosco gets the ball back. They stop. So now DePaul needs 3 first downs to win the game. Nolan James. It looked like they was going to be having to punt it. I think it was like 4th down. They give him the ball again, and it was just like he wouldn't be denied. Like the emotion he got when he had that first down, you knew what that was all about. Like he heard us. He heard me pick Bosco. And we always say, you know what I'm saying, prove us wrong.
Who was wrong? That's why we're talking about you now.
Yeah. And went out and did that. And
Shout
he
out to
got
Nolan
up.
James.
He was just like, you could see it. And it was just like, it was
He might have been
deafening.
yelling, Lenny.
He might have. It was deafening. It was like it almost looked like the stadium went silent. You know what I'm saying? Because
He deserved that.
not only did you just lose to the team,
He
you
the
didn't wanna
first
lose.
person that left his team to beat his team.
Nah.
This year, I'm talking about.
Oh, this year. Okay. Damn, that's a weird stat. I ain't never thought about that. You're right. None of the.
I want to mention that he also had 3 receptions at 56 yards too, and on the receiving side.
All-purpose back.
Yeah. So
All-purpose back.
shout out to you, Nolan James.
Yo.
And then I did want to
Derek
mention.
Zammit,
Oh, go ahead.
he had 9. My bad. I didn't know. Yeah, he had 9. 9 for 19 for 170 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. The sophomore reported.
Shout out to Tommy DeVito. He's a Don Bosco alum.
Yeah.
He got his first
NFL.
touchdown in the NFL on Sunday.
He's got signed.
He made his debut.
He did, and he 6-yard touchdown.
And he's an unrestricted free agent, so he getting a little bit of change from the rep.
So shout out to Big North.
Game winner shout out to Jeremy Lopez, who got the game winner for DePaul. He iced that game with that interception. That was the go-ahead interception.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, welcome to the party. My bad. How could I forget? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, he's a senior, but he sealed the game for his team as a senior. What a beautiful way
Good job, man.
to conclude your senior season. Rolling into the playoff with some momentum, and definitely had me pick that wrong.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I was fighting with it. I was fighting all my life. I had to fight.
That's why you can't let people change their mind. Like I got one like last week too, messing with this guy. I'm like,
And I was trying to bring y'all along. Like, wait a minute.
Like I felt one when we get
what
there.
did you feel? Because I didn't see it. What did you feel?
So, well, I felt that the offense was going to be too much. I think that Bosco lost. They lost Quet, right? Dorsey. And I was just trying to figure out. I feel like they haven't found their way. Like, they're trying to pull it together. They're losing people left and right. And they just, I didn't think they would be able to.
But Lenny showed me on the Bosco defense. And
right.
Well, you got to think.
But
When
now
your
they
offense,
lost him.
when your quarterback is throwing pick six, right? So we got to look, right? The Paul's at 28 at that point. You know what I'm saying? That's what put the 28. Bosco put up 27 points with an anemic offense. This year, you know. So I mean.
So do you think Bosco's gonna go?
But I think their
farther
offense was better than their defense. The reason why I ended up picking Bosco is because I feel like Bosco.
You know who they got? Ooh.
Everybody's in that side of the bracket.
I'm gonna get to that.
Everybody.
So we're going.
I'm gonna be real with you too. St. Peter's got a trick.
Let's
St.
go
Peter's.
to-
Wait, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
All right. So like,
Wait. All right.
Somebody
Let's wrap
put
this
the
up
plug.
real quick. Who else we got? Hold on. Let's move on. St. Peter's Prep and Seton Hall Prep. So 14-28, Seton Hall Prep won. Real quick, let's just run through that. Tyler Bell went 7-14 for 78 yards.
Get well soon.
Is that why Jalen Bullock won it?
Yeah, his shoulder.
Bullock
He had a
came in,
bad
too.
season-ended shoulder injury.
ooh,
Yeah,
get well soon,
get
Tyler.
well soon.
Get well soon. So Jalen Bullock came in and he went 2 for 2 for 33 yards. Liam Lundergan,
Liam was on fire.
9-13 for 120 yards.
One Russian TD.
How was Julian? Wide out.
I don't have anything
I
for
don't know
him.
about it. We'll figure it out.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
9
Yes.
times out of 10, he did something. Trust me.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. But
I looked. There was
I didn't
nobody
see
that really
anything.
jumped out, but
yeah, I didn't see anything really, honestly,
Julian,
I heard them prep people was
So
just.
no, the receiver that did the most damage for them was the Easter kid. He had 5 receptions for 62 yards. What's Julian's name?
I heard
Bakari.
Julius Bakari.
Julius, but yeah, I don't think he
I
played.
didn't.
I heard what's his name? My boy McLean was just laying the wood out there.
Oh,
Yeah, heard he was laying the wood out there.
really? Okay. Jalen Klein also had a receiving touchdown also. Hunter got in. I don't know when, because I didn't get a chance to watch the game. I was out, but he had 1 reception for 19 yards. So I know you ask every week about him.
Yeah, they don't play him enough. You see 1 reception for 19 yards.
Oh, moving right along. So we'll get back to that. So Pope and St. Joe's McCutcheon.
And they beat him. And they
Statement
beat
game
him.
for St. Joe's McCutcheon.
McCutcheon making their name on. They 7-2
Right.
though. I don't know who's sleeping on them, but they 7-2 right now. So I slept on them. I gotta wear that.
And now they got to come out. We'll get to who they're going to play in the playoffs when we go
Tyreek
through
Hill
our
return.
That's what I wanted to ask. So did Tyreek play? I don't know. I couldn't find
My
stats.
bad. I must have watched the highlight and saw that he scored a touchdown. So
It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, he only had a 1-game suspension.
oh yeah, he's back. This was the game he back. Yeah,
Okay.
I was in that score.
Yeah, when I looked, they didn't have any stats put in. So then moving right along to our undercard, Donovan Catholic versus Red Bank Catholic. Can I get a little for my win?
Shout out to Red Bank Catholic.
Now that's the game I got talked out of. I picked Red Bank, and then I let Nas in the last second drop something that threw me over the Donovan.
over the
And that's why they say go with your first mind all the
right,
time.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And Donovan Catholic jumped out on them. To start the game, they jumped out 7-0.
Oh, they went up.
And then it was all downhill from there. Grand open and grand closing.
Yeah. Emmanuel Ross, a 74-yard run, touchdown.
Group 3 knocked off Group 4.
Yeah.
So obviously all that stuff don't even matter no more, right?
It never did. I mean,
Okay.
for years, DePaul, Joes, Pope, well, they was all in Group 3 at a time, So, I mean, when you can recruit your kids, like, you know about that. Y'all got 200 kids, in your school, but 30 is handpicked. Yeah. So what does that mean? Like, what group you in? You calling out St. Peter's, that's Group 4.
Yeah.
But you got 200 kids in your building. So what are we talking about with the groups? What does it really
250 though, 250.
All right, my bad.
So that was our undercard. It was the score was 7-14. I'm assuming it was a good game. I didn't get a chance to watch that.
Yeah.
First quarter.
Emmanuel Ross looked like who he's supposed to be, and that's the thing, that you got a lot of kids that want to be Division I athletes, or some kids that are pegged to be Division I athletes and headed that way. And to me, you can see those kids when you see them. You know them when you see them. Like, as a Division I athlete, you should always look like one of the best kids on the field. If you don't look like one of the best kids on a high school field, if you're going Division I, you're probably going to struggle. And if you haven't gotten any Division I attention, you're probably not going to get any. If I'm just being honest with you. And that kid, every time I look at a Red Bank game, he's out there. Win, lose, or draw, he's out there. And he's given 110%. And he looks like everything that he's built up to be. So shout out Emmanuel Ross. I know we give it to you. We give Red Bank a hard time on this show because the way y'all came at Bergen and all that. But, even the linebacker, he be over there lights out, balling lights out. Pitt getting a good one with him. You know what I'm saying? Them boys is tough. Yeah, them boys is tough.
Absolutely. All right, so moving right along to the main event.
Hold on, did we there that fast?
Yeah.
Don't hold up. Ain't no chill. Chill don't pay the bills, man.
Here we go.
Yeah, because everybody's playing everybody now. So
Who wants to start this off?
Joe's versus Del Barton, 24-21.
What you got to say, sis? Because
Shout out to Philip. Shout out to Philip Farmar.
I'm gonna let you
Wide
talk
receiver.
because like I get on the show and I say it all the time. Like, it's just the data, right? It's never nothing personal. Like, but I get heat. Like, if I say something, no matter how much good stuff I say about a program or a team, the minute you say something that's not in alignment, you a hater. You hating.
I'm glad I don't got to be around the machine.
Yeah, at some point, you got to just realize, like, the man dealing with the numbers. And 9 times out of 10, the numbers don't lie. So I'm gonna let you go ahead because I took a lot of heat
So
for everything I said.
what was Philip Farmer's
Whoa,
numbers?
whoa! I don't talk yet. You know.
Philip, so I'm gonna answer your question. Philip Farmer, he had 11 receptions for 142 yards. He was definitely outstanding on the field. He was moving wherever he went. He was doing something.
And Nas, I said you didn't have to worry about the pass game. You had to worry about the run game. You had to worry about every game.
Yeah.
From
And
Del
then,
Bar.
and then my man Philip Farmer he was feeling some kind of way because he was the best. He's like, Joe's had the best receivers, and he was wanted to show that he was one of the best receivers.
He
in the
did that.
state.
He did.
Let me take that. Let me go one step further. He was the best player on the field that day. The best player on the field that day. And getting in the inbox and speaking to some guys from over there. That kid is under recruited. If you in a FCS level and you missing out on him, you missing out because he got wheels too. He's fast.
Yeah, he was fast.
He can run, and he embarrassed St. Joe's. He did what he wanted to. They was actually treating him like he had razor blades on his jersey. They ain't want to touch him. I'm like, do they know? You know how sometimes like you see the way kids respond around Train. Then they know Train is a bully. He got a hand game. He big. He's strong. A lot of them got the thing imprinted. I said, do these kids know something about him that I didn't know? Because it's like they don't want to touch him. But hey, that's why you got to eat that up.
I don't know. He was fast. He was shifty. I don't think they necessarily didn't want to touch him. I think he was moving. He was moving.
All right.
But okay, so their quarterback, Christian Zabrowski, 15 of 22 for 161 yards.
Yo.
So I just want to point that out. 161 yards, and Philip Fulmer had 142 of those.
Well, let's go here. I'm not going to show that quarterback short because there was times where they were in down in distance, 3rd and long, 4th and long, and he went and got it with his own legs. And that's the thing that I was saying about being a dominant quarterback, right? You give your team what they need to win. They needed a first down. He ran and he got it. Chains kept moving, right? So he didn't need to hit a lot of receivers and all of that. He won. He made game-winning plays, right? If y'all think back to the keys of the game that I said, why I couldn't pick, right? I caught a lot of slack. Penalties. I said it'll be senior day. I said you playing at your home field. Don't expect any help from the refs or nothing like that. I point out a lot of things. So let me just read you some things that happened in the first half that just happened to coincide with what I said would be possible problems, right? I said Joes can't afford holding, right? I said they can't afford to take them lightly on their home field, right? Don't expect the refs to help you out at all. I said that you can't hurt yourself. You can't play against Joe's, Del Barton in your. These are the keys, right? First quarter. False start in the red zone on the first drive, right? False start in the red zone on the first drive. Grusa rolls out on 3rd and 9, clear running lane, passes over the wide receiver's head. Could have ran for that first down. Go play the tape back. Could have ran for that first down. False start on the made field goal. Backed him up, led to a missed field goal, right? So that could be 3-0. But now you're 0-0. What was the score? 21-24 was the final score? Okay, so that's 3 you didn't get. Okay? Offsides on defense. First quarter on the 8:39 mark in the game. Offsides, 3rd and 11. Second quarter, 8:36. Led to QB scamper. First down. So Del Barton was in a 3rd and 11. Jones jumps off sides. You know what I'm saying? Gives Del Barton more life. Fumble. Del Barton kid was running the ball. He fumbled the ball. Now, I'm not on the field. The Jones kids are screaming that that's their ball. They recovered it. The ref called him down. Back to home field advantage. Don't expect no help, right? Don't expect any help. You got to play, right? Okay? That was one of the things I talked about. The Del Barton quarterback. Back to what I was saying. Whenever nothing was open downfield, Jones was in that man. He just took it and ran and got the first down, extending plays. Player of the game, young man. Jameer, big kick return, called back, block in the back, self-inflicted gun wound. Holding on a Gruser run that would have been a first down with 2 minutes left in the half. Instead of first down, they ended up punting with 2 minutes before the half. They go into the half, one hold on Del Barton in the first half. That was the only penalty they had. All of those penalties and mishaps Joe's had in the first half. Now, I didn't even get into drop passes and fumbles and missed tackles and things such as that. And that's why when I say I don't know which Joe's team I'm going to see, don't get mad at me, man. Don't get mad at me. Like, this is who you are. This is the data. Until you change something or prove me wrong, like Del Barton did, they proved me wrong. I said, you have to worry about the past? Oh, you very much better worry about the past. And they passed all over them.
Del Barton trying to get to a state chip.
Yeah.
So, while we at that, man, I want to send a get well soon to the defensive end, Jordan. I don't know the kid's last
Number
name.
18.
For St. Joe's. Horrible injury. Lacerated and detached kidney. He's in the pediatric ICU. Praying for a speedy recovery, praying for good health, praying that you can play this game again. And as we talk about Del Barton wanting to go to MetLife, it's looking pretty good in that bracket. When you take into, you might thought you would see a Joe's Del Barton rematch, but the penalty, the injuries are adding up at this point. The injuries are adding up, and they're not a deep team that can withstand all of that, you know. So we'll see how bad they want it right now.
Got you.
Yeah. Go back to the drawing board there on the bar.
God bless them, man.
And then there, we'll talk about it now. Now we can move on. We're moving on to the playoffs.
It's playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Talk about playoffs.
Moving on to the playoffs. So, first we have Seton Hall Prep versus St. Joe's Metuchen. What's your thoughts? So I just want to bring something to your attention. Pope beat Seton Hall Prep, and Joe's beat Pope. Is it that Pope didn't show up to Joe's Metuchen?
Nah, sometimes you gotta put real on somebody. You know what I mean? They record speaks for itself. So I don't know who they was beating, but they 7-2.
St. Joe's Metuchen. Okay.
Seton Hall Prep is, they're ending out on a W. You know what I'm saying? They might have found something they could be rolling in there. So Seton Hall Prep is the underdog in that game. St. Joe's Metuchen is the 6th seed. Seton Hall Prep
That's what
is
I want
11.
to talk about. Not to cut you off, Lenny. I feel like somebody had their hand in that playoff thing, because there's no way that St. Peter's should be on that bottom side. That
top bracket,
that south bracket, and not down there getting beat up by them dogs. Now they got to take that trip all the way down to South Jersey.
Well, we gonna get to them.
Oh, my bad, but go ahead. Somebody flipped that bracket upside down, and I know who did it.
Okay. So right now, who we going with? Seton Hall Prep or St. Joe's Metuchen? And why?
I'm going with St. Joe's Metuchen, just because I feel like they beat Pope John. So I gotta go with them, and they're 7-2. So please, Seton Hall, prove me wrong. Because
how did the Seton Hall Prep Pope John game go? I can't remember.
Pope was they was stinging them. They was stinging.
Was it like a close game? Did they squeak that out?
It was good. They ain't squeak it out. They beat them.
Let me check that out, because that matters to me. I gotta see how that went. Pope John.
And Pope lost at home with that one. So
lost who?
They lost to
St. Joe's Metuchen.
They got them in Sparta. So, and that's 2 years in a row. St. Joe's on them. Metuchen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they just know something about him.
Yeah, I
So the 33-20 they beat Seton Hall Prep, but that was the second game of the season. Is Seton Hall Prep a better team now?
I think so. And we gotta remember, Liam was out sometime. I don't know if he was out at that game.
Not that time.
He wasn't out?
No.
Okay.
He played. Everybody played. Mama there, P there, Luke there.
Well, so you said you're going to St. Joe's Metuchen.
This is, I'm trying to spark Seton Hall, man.
Seton Hall. I'm going Seton Hall Prep. I feel like they're finding a beat. They played Joe's decent. What you doing?
So I admit that I'm guilty of not having the data on St. Joe's Metuchen. So whenever I do that, I always go with the familiar face, the one I know. And I'm not impressed, not much with Seton Hall Prep. And I don't know anything about St. Joe's Metuchen. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like it's irresponsible of me to pick
You got to pick. We gave you your pass last week. We in playoffs now.
Seton Hall Prep. Okay.
All right.
Who we got next?
Pope John versus Don Bosco.
I'm going Big Pope. They're angry. They're at home. First home playoff game in a long time there. I'm thinking that they're gonna knock out Bosky out.
Okay. I'm going Pope also.
I want to go Pope,
I'm
right?
going Pope because I'm not impressed by Bosco, but I do
not.
think that
They may be upset about this.
That's what I'm
There
thinking.
ain't nothing they can do about it,
That's what I'm
though. Ain't
thinking.
nothing they can do about it. Because the one thing you got to remember is, though, Pope John can play defense, right? And Bosco don't have that offense. And then that defense that you was talking about, they're going to have to show me.
they,
All right. So he didn't call me out or no. You didn't put my pride on the line. I'm going with Bosco just because I got to go the opposite side of him now.
And it's Bella time.
Yeah.
who else? I said I'm going Pope.
Let's go, Coach Dom.
All right, you're the only one going Bosco. So if you win that one,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna stand on that Bosco.
Salik, don't make me a winner.
Let's
all
go.
right.
Let's go.
West, I think they got a lot of pieces. So
Jaylen Brown, let's get to it now. It's winning time,
Let's
Let's go, West. Let's go, West Johnson.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
Your
what I'm
boy
saying?
Makai Allen,
Makai
like
Allen.
Shout
let's
out
see
Makai
something,
Allen.
let's go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what we got for that one. So then you have Notre Dame versus Paul VI. So I don't have much information on that, but I did look up the Notre Dame. I was going Notre Dame. They tend to know.
Yeah.
They do play majority of a public school.
They got a running back transfer in from us.
They always had good backs.
Supposed to be a Division I. They got the Rutgers commit at quarterback. Shout out to Richardson, right from Rivals. He actually made it seem like they can give Bergen some trouble. You're gonna find out that's not happening.
Yeah.
But I'll pick them to get past,
Paul VI.
Paul VI.
All right, so we're all going clean slate Notre Dame. St. Augustine versus St. Peter's Prep. There you go. We're here now.
1-10.
Now, what was you saying?
2-9.
No, this is the 1-9 right here. This make the 1-9.
Oh, they 1-8? Oh.
18. They legal now. They yeah, say they legal now. Y'all should have played Pope John first.
Well, I think St.
Y'all should've
Augustine
played-
only got like one loss. Down there. Let me.
Yeah.
And they got to travel 2 hours away for a 6 o'clock game. They might be leaving the night before.
Nah, they gonna go the day of. Didn't they do that back in
That's 2 hours. I don't know. They about to get clapped, dog. St. Augustine gonna
St. Augustine 7-2.
St. Augustine gonna beat them. There's no way they could beat them.
St. Augustine has a running back, a Julian
There he is.
Turney. He has 14 touchdowns and 1,032 yards. I'm going with them.
Me too.
That's who that was my highlight. That's what I had. I mean, I would be very happy. Big North all day, right? Jalen Klein running fine.
You gotta shout out all the kids, but then
They gonna beat them bad.
But then they still dealing with these guys that's calling the plays and doing all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, King. You know what I'm saying? I meant to shout him out last week. I didn't get to shout him out when I was talking about all the kids like that. But shout out to King. Senior year right here, man.
Keyshawn Faison.
Keyshawn Faison.
All right. So then we have you going to St. Augustine also?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pick prep every week this whole season for the most part, I believe. I'm done.
How do you see it possibly happen?
I think
they beat St. Augustine.
Then they have
and
to play like
play
Paramus or somebody.
Paramus or Donovan Catholic. So I guess let's go into that, and then we'll see who we see them playing there.
Nah, they ain't playing nobody. They going home. PlayStation vacation. PS5 boys.
Okay, Paramus Catholic, Donovan Catholic.
I think that's gonna be a decent game. Where's that at? That's in Donovan.
Yeah.
They're coming off a loss.
They're gonna be angry.
They got the talent to actually be in or win this game. But I'm all out of hope for them too. You
Yeah.
know, not impressive.
Unfortunately, I've been picking them week after week, and I told them I had to put them with St. Peter's Prep, so I'm going Donovan Catholic.
Yeah, it's sad
That
for
proved
me
me wrong.
because I got to put everybody with St. Peter's Prep except Bergen.
Sleep
just
with
like-
the fishes.
I'm just like, yo, man, like everybody's disgusting.
All right, so clean sweep, we all going Donovan Catholic. All right. So Group 3, Red Bank Catholics on the bye. So we got Immaculata versus Holy Spirit.
Man, it's the same thing every year, man.
But I think this is where the switch up comes in. I think St. Thomas Aquinas might have something.
Let's go, St. Thomas.
They're on the bye also.
We're gonna find
And
out.
so they would have to play the winner out of DePaul and St. Mary.
So here's
so-
the thing that usually happens.
Can
Paul
can-
goes through what they go through, and they're
They're
in the
gonna playoffs
league.
will go crazy.
And then they go and they beat everybody like they stole something. And we end up seeing a Red Bank DePaul thing. If
Right.
DePaul is vulnerable, this is the year they're vulnerable. But you've seen what they just did to Bosco. And I think that they're going to be able to reel it out until they get to Red Bank Catholic. And then it was last year was the get back game for DePaul. This year will be and I'm just going through that bracket. This year will be the get back game for Red Bank Catholic.
Yeah,
Like
obviously.
I call out sick if I was DePaul because they're gonna physically try to take you to the woodsheds.
Not my man Sheehan though. Crazy.
Yeah. So do we think DePaul is winning against St. Mary? So we're saying that.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Easy.
Okay.
That's a walk.
And then St. Thomas Aquinas. I don't know. I
they
wish I
play?
would like. They would have to play the winner out of. They're on a bye.
Oh,
So
St.
St.
Thomas
Thomas
gotta play
get bye?
the Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
No,
Do it
that-
St. Thomas again next week once DePaul wins against.
Yo, DePaul just came out of Beirut. If DePaul's guys are healthy, St. Thomas Aquinas was just on vacation for 10 weeks.
Yeah, that'd be two.
Them boys at DePaul done been through something, right? They done seen their
Listen.
blood. You know what I'm saying? They done came together. They done had to. They done laughed and they done cried together. It's different. They know what their blood look like. What St. Thomas
But
Aquinas
nah.
is undefeated, right?
Yeah, undefeated.
And
So they ain't never been punched in the mouth this year. DePaul they just came back from 14 down to win a game. So they know, all right, I got my eyes swollen. We at 50%. We're gonna cover that up, and we battling like that. They gonna be built like that going into playoffs.
Yeah,
That's what it does.
I agree.
All right, well, we'll see. Let's let Immaculata and Holy Spirit do what they do. What y'all going? I don't have any info.
Immaculata.
Immaculata. All right. And DePaul. I'm going to just say that's what we're doing, right? All right, so then after that, now, we got to figure out, we're going to do this while everybody thinks about which one we're going to do as game of the week.
It's got to be that Union City West Orange game.
Want to go with the Publix because we're not impressed?
Let's do it. Union City West Orange.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about, you want to be the undercard? Shabazz Glenridge?
That's good.
I like
looking for a shout
that.
out to Mon.
Yeah.
Hey, Mon.
If you go and upset the world, we're gonna have to get you up on this show.
Hey, Mons.
Sit right next
Hey,
to
Mons.
Nas.
Mons. You want to call in?
He gonna call later.
He called
Because
it.
he got the direct number. Mons live down the block, if we being honest. So Mons gonna come sit
Listen,
next to you if
He
you go
about to
down.
get 102 games. Straight up.
Another 50 piece for this.
Ain't nothing you can do with this, dog.
So
Nothing.
wait, so this our undercard? That's our undercard. Glenridge versus Shabazz is our undercard. And we're hoping that Coach Mod, shout out to you again on that win, comes in next week if they put that whooping on
He doing that at the
Shabazz.
doghouse too. He coming home.
Oh, they're playing.
Shabazz get a home program.
Okay. And then who did we say? Who are we giving to the main event?
We gave West Orange versus Union City.
West Orange versus Union City. Comment below and let us know, all the publics, who do you think is going to win? West Orange versus Union City and Shabazz versus Glenridge. So we started a new segment last week of under-recruited players. So you want to give us somebody?
So mine's is it's gonna be, like I said before, a kid named Laquan Gaddy, Nazir Smith, the quarterback, and then the kid Philip Formar.
Ah, you took that one from me. Yeah,
Back up again.
yeah. Now here we go.
He need all
Philip
of that.
Fulmore. Yeah, got
You know what I'm
that.
saying? But definitely, under-recruited kid, Laquan Gaddy, man. Laquan Gaddy is a steal for anybody. 6'6",
Todd, yeah, let's go.
6'6", like 310, and he could move. Like, he really could move. And, you know, shout out to Keith Miles. Keith Miles don't get no other lineman no, I ain't gonna say he don't get lineman no props, but it's tough for him to really like a lineman. And the kids on the other team was asking him, was he the one going to Boston College? They didn't know who was who. And then Keith Miles said the same thing, like, yo, he look like he going to Ohio State somewhere. And that's what I like about him. This kid is really a dog, his motor going. He just keep moving. He got the will to win. And he's a leader verbally, and like, he'll choke you up too, let you know, get on.
Oh, tough
That's
kid.
the type of,
Yeah.
he cool. Watch him move around, walk around the school. My son is like this big giant bodyguard to just look out for everybody. He a good kid, man. Shout out to Laquan Gaddy.
I'm gonna go Javon Tyrell, Juice, from PCTI. He's 6'1", 185 pounds. He's a DB. I believe he plays some.
Juice is nice. I thought he was one.
I heard when I was looking it up. If I'm wrong, I seen he only had LIU so far. So listen,
Some of these guys is crazy,
he
bro.
is
Like,
nice.
man,
This kid, he's a 2024 kid. Somebody needs to snatch him up.
I like Juice.
Juice is nice.
Yeah.
So that's why I have this episode. How about you?
He took the Philip Fulmer kid from me from Del Barton. I want to say, give a shout out on some level, right? Every kid we talk about may not be a Power 5, but these kids are football players on some level. I want to give a shout out to like Brandon Gomez at Bergen Catholic.
Brandon Gomez.
He's been getting his opportunities and he's been making plays.
He had another pick.
Yeah, he's already got 2 picks. I think in the league is led with 4 picks, and he's got 2 already. So I want to give a shout out to him. This kid is not really under the radar, but he's under the radar in return and concerns to his skill set. He should have a lot more. I want to give a shout out to Jaden Lofton from Somerville, class of 25. He's 6'4", 235, DN, tight end. Be balling out, and just out there playing hard. And they got a crew over there. It's not just him, but he's one of the kids I'm going to focus on for this week. He got the measurements. I definitely think that he could play, low power 5. Jaden Lofton from Somerville, for me.
Okay. I also want to shout out Lamar Best.
Oh, that's not came in.
100. He has 119 completions out of 181 for 1970. So that's 1,970. 29 touchdowns. So for this year.
Sophomore.
He's a
quarterback. Dog. Brick City alum. Come from a family of beasts. Play basketball, baseball, football. He holding his family tradition down. That kid is definitely, he's someone that they need to be looking at right now.
Absolutely. He plays at Willowboro. Right?
Willowboro, he played for the Borough.
Yep. So those are our under recruited children.
Young men.
Players. Look at them. Go talk to them. Look at their film. These are some kids you don't want to miss out on.
Lamar Best, dog. Do not, Lamar Best. That kid is he's savage out there right now.
Well, he's only a sophomore, right?
Sophomore. QB.
So he's not under recruited at that point.
No,
This
no.
is just
But
about
he's
there.
Somebody they need to be looking
I
at.
wanted to talk about him anyway. Welcome to the party, Lamar Best.
He's in the top. I didn't check this week, but last week he was in the top, I think 10 or 15 in the state in passing.
But we don't talk about him at all. You know what I'm saying? And
It's probably just because,
Where's
that
that?
team.
Down
that
South
team,
Jersey,
where it
Willowboro,
is.
yeah.
So, but I just wanted to bring some light to his name.
thank you. That's why we got TT. Clap it up for TT. That's why we got TT on the show, man.
All right. So, and that's another episode. That's it.
Keep
Keep
it
it
a
a
buck.
buck.
Peace.